Okay, so picture this, a quiet little garden, a caterpillar just munching away on a leaf. And it seems pretty simple, right? A one-sided meal. But what if I told you that plant is anything but a passive victim? In fact, it's about to make a call, a chemical cry for help that's going to summon some serious air support. It is an absolutely amazing covert operation happening literally right under our noses, and we're about to decode it together. When a caterpillar chews a leaf, the plant releases a specific chemical distress signal into the air. Now, that sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it? But it's not. It's the real-life opening line to an incredible story of biological strategy, where a silent scream for help is broadcast to the entire ecosystem. So that's the million-dollar question, right? How on earth can an organism that's literally rooted to the spot, that has no voice, send out an SOS? It seems impossible. But the answer, well, it lies in a hidden language that we're only just now beginning to understand. All right, so to figure this out, we've got to reframe how we see this whole thing. This isn't just about a plant getting injured. This is the first move in a highly sophisticated defense plan. See, this is the crucial part to get. The damage from that caterpillar's chewing isn't just a wound. It's a trigger. The plant actively, and I mean actively, recognizes the attack and then manufactures a very specific, very calculated response. This is a deliberate act of communication. So, if it's a distress call, what language is it even in? The answer is pretty cool. It's the language of scent, a complex chemical message that's literally carried on the wind. The words of this language are these tiny molecules called Volatile Organic Compounds, or VOCs for short. Now, these are just lightweight chemicals that evaporate super easily and travel through the air. You can basically think of them as airborne text messages, with each one carrying a very specific piece of information. And this chemical alphabet is incredibly diverse. The most common letters are called terpenes, but the first sound you might actually recognize comes from the green leaf volatiles. You know that smell of freshly cut grass? Yeah, that's not just a nice smell. That's literally the scent of a plant-wide alarm bell going off. Plants even repurpose other compounds, like benzenoids, the ones often used for sweet floral scents, and turn them into defensive warnings. It's a really rich and complex vocabulary. But here's where it gets truly mind-blowing: the specificity of this signal. A plant doesn't just send out a generic "help me" for any kind of damage. Oh no. It knows the difference between a leaf tearing in the wind and the specific chewing of a caterpillar. But how? The secret is in the attacker's own spit. Seriously, the saliva contains these compounds called elicitors. One is famously named volicidin. And when these specific molecules touch the wounded plant tissue, it's like a molecular handshake. It confirms the enemy's identity. And now the plant knows exactly who is attacking. Okay, so the plant has identified its attacker and sent out that super specific chemical signal. Now it's time for the cavalry to arrive. And this is where a third player enters the scene, creating this fascinating and deadly alliance. This slide lays out the entire operation perfectly. First, the attack and the plant's recognition. Then, the plant broadcasts its custom signal. A predatory wasp, which is tuned to that exact chemical frequency, picks up the scent with its antenna, it hones in on that caterpillar, and then it neutralizes the threat by laying its eggs right inside it. And just like that, problem solved, thanks to chemistry. This amazing three-way relationship actually has a scientific name: a tritrophic interaction. Sounds complicated, but it's really not. You've got the plant at level 1, the pest, the caterpillar, at level 2, and the predator, our friendly wasp, at level 3. The plant is essentially hiring a bodyguard from the top level to take out the problem in the middle. But, you know, this system isn't foolproof, not by a long shot. Sending out a public broadcast like this, well, it comes with huge risks and costs. It's a constant arms race out there, and it's full of espionage and really difficult trade-offs for the plant. You see, this whole strategy is a balancing act. On the one hand, yeah, it's a highly targeted defense that can even warn neighboring plants. But on the other hand, producing all these chemicals takes a ton of energy. And maybe more importantly, that signal can be intercepted. Other organisms can eavesdrop on the call. And this is the ultimate risk. The plant's distress call can attract something called hyperparasitoids. Just think of them as predators of the predators. They use the plant's SOS to find the helpful wasps and attack them instead. The plant's own defense system can accidentally put its allies in mortal danger. So, okay,
This is a fascinating natural drama. But you might be asking, why does this matter to us? Well, because understanding this chemical language has the potential to completely revolutionize how we grow our food.
I mean, the applications here are just so exciting. Imagine designing push-pull systems on farms, where some plants are used to push pests away, while other plants pull in their natural enemies. We could breed crops to have louder and more effective chemical voices. Or we could even create synthetic lures, basically custom-designed perfumes to bring these helpful predators right where we need them. All of this could dramatically reduce our reliance on chemical pesticides.
Ultimately, by learning to listen to what plants are saying, we can start to move away from fighting nature. We can start designing agricultural systems that are actually in harmony with it, letting the plant's own ancient, powerful defense systems do the heavy lifting for us. And that leaves us with one final fascinating thought. This whole complex, hidden world of plant communication was right there all around us the entire time. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other secret conversations, what other hidden languages are happening all around us, just waiting for us to finally learn how to listen?